momentarily.
Ta-da.
Momentarily. Down over here. There I am. Got it. Okay. Well, nice to have my fan with me.
Yay.
Yay. I'm going to turn that. Couldn't hear you. Okay, now I can hear you. All right, we'll start in just a minute. Oh, I need water. I can't do this without water. All right. Off video. Woohoo, there I am. One of those cameras are talking about where it's mid camera where I can stare at it like I'm looking at the camera. It looks like I'm looking at people, but if I want to look at the people, this is what it looks like. My eyes go down. So one of those mid cameras. Anywho, all right, we'll start in just a couple minutes.
What is that over your right shoulder, that picture or whatever? It looks kind of neat from what I can see.
Actually, it's a YouTube healing. I just muted it. Can you hear it? And I just love the way that picture just moves around. So I thought it'd be kind of cool just to have it as a kind of a backdrop. That's my, yeah, my right shoulder, yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, why not, right? Okay. Too many people want my attention, which is a good problem to have. Don't misunderstand me, anybody. I'm just trying to okay. I'm going to mute this one and keep that one in case I get text messages. All right. So hello, everybody, all my, amazing fans out there. I keep doing these because, well, in part, it's supposed to, I'm putting it out to the universe that this is what I'm doing. And I've got, I don't know, several dozen of these little vignette YouTube recordings that I'm just trying to clear this, that I can, I just have them. They're just here. They're just here. So I'm going to start with a funny, if I can, well, okay, this is one I used yesterday. I'll use this one today. Maybe I'll end the show with this too. But it says here, God will put you back together right in front of the people that broke you. Interesting concept. All right. I'll take it. And I'm just trying to find I save stuff, just on my phone or whatever, things that I think would be interesting for people to know or whatever, or to share, etc. But, oh, it's 5:01. Let me start my show. Hi, this is everybody. This is Most Things Hypnosis. I'm ILAH Brock, your host. I'm here live at 5 every Thursday. Yeah, I need to put a background laugh track or something, don't I? Fun. You're welcome to join me on Zoom, or if you want to interact, if you want to join through YouTube, you're welcome to do that too. You can find it on my Facebook page at facebook.com/ILAHB, which is ILAHB. And then it'll be on my newsfeed. Anyway, today's show, it's about how I do business. I know I've done this a couple times before, but it's just like trying to decide, what do I do? It's Most Things Hypnosis. And part of this will be about, well, a lot of it will be about hypnotherapy, which is what I do. It's what I get to do as my vocation. I am a hypnotherapist. Among other things, this is my passion in life, being a hypnotherapist. I get to help people with their confidence, with their emotional state. I work with emotions and imagination, and I didn't even know that those things were things to work with. What the heck? So my journey started almost 5 years ago, when I saw my hypnotherapist, and I watched how he did his business when I decided I was going to go to school. And I did go to the best school in the world. Not doing that because I get any kickback whatsoever. It absolutely is the best school in the world for the best hypnotherapy training ever. And that's Hypnosis Motivation Institute. And it's in Tarzana, California. It's just outside of LA proper. And it's a 1-year program, and it's not hideously expensive. They have loan options or whatever. You can check them out. Because of the pandemic, they went online instead of in person. But it's still an amazing program, and everybody that's going through it, even online, is still benefiting just like I did. Okay, maybe that much I benefited more because there was the personal interaction that people need or whatever, but it's still an amazing program. And I just really followed what they told me to do. And now they've been around for 54 years. They've matriculated over 500,000 people over these 54 years. So they're doing something right. They're nonprofit, not for profit. So I'm thinking there's something to this, right? So, but when I looked into it and I'm watching, as far as the business aspect of it for me, I'm watching my hypnotherapist and how he does business. And he's just I just liked how he did it. So I decided, since I liked how he did business, I was going to model my business after how he does business. And then just ILAHize it, if you will, as I go. Okay, I like how he did this, but I think I'm going to add that or take this away or whatever. Just did my own thing. But I did it. It wasn't like I was going to talk about it or think about it or anything else. I actually just did it. I had decided probably that same year in 2017, I think it was, I don't know, there was somewhere, maybe it was 2016. I have that Pinterest board that, Pinterest.com, you have a little online bulletin board or whatever, you can put your things up. I had gazillions of recipes I just collect. I'm thinking, why am I collecting them? There's a point to this, but why am I collecting these recipes? I would love to try these. Why am I not doing them? So I took like 4 or 5 of them, wrote them down, what was needed, or printed them out or whatever. And I really immediately went to the grocery store and I bought all the ingredients to all of them. And that kind of started like, well, if I'm going to save it to do later, then I'm just not going to save it. I'm going to just do it now, or just not do it at all. And it's kind of like the opposite of procrastination, right? I'll just put off till tomorrow what I don't need to do today. I don't know, whatever the creed is. But I decided that, I'm not going to save something for later unless I absolutely have to, or if it's not a priority item. But that was a priority at the time. These are cool recipes. They're simple and they're quick. And I had a family at the time and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't raising my family, but I was still living with my children. Some of them were still living at home. So anyway, that was kind of like the concept. Okay, you know what? I got something. I'm going to just do it. So when I went to my hypnotherapist, Jake, I love Jake. Jake is amazing. I just decided I'm going to keep in this. A month in, I'm like, just this totally changed person. And now I'm going to go to school and see my hypnotherapist. And so I started doing that week after week after week. And then I was going to hypnotherapy school. It was 3 or 4 days a week or whatever. I was driving from West LA to Tarzana on those days that I had classes and workshops and whatever else I was, going to put myself involved with. And I was having the best time because it became my happy place. And so with that, I'm watching how Jake does his business. He's keeping things on time. Time was my biggest enemy as far as, pacing myself, how much time, just trying to keep things on time. One of the things they taught us in hypnotherapy school is sessions are about 50 minutes. And if any of you are ever watching this and you're my client, I know you're laughing right now because I never keep it 50 minutes, but that was something that I started with. It was how he did business. And so I just started doing 50-minute sessions, and then I ILAHized it. You know what? This client needs a few more minutes. this client needs a little bit more time. Jake does first sessions as an hour and a half. I took it to another level. Now I'm 2 hours. My first sessions are about 2 hours, sometimes 2.5, but I want to give them time. This is the first time someone that's come to my office that they've had a chance to just spew out. And so I'm taking notes where I need to, and, just trying to identify, questions that I'm going to ask once I get done talking. And then I do the whole Capsinian, what we call it, HMI, Hypnosis Motivation Institute, short word HMI. We call the Capsinian first session. So the first hour is just being their friend, just being the ears that they didn't have before for whatever reason. So now I'm going to school. I'm trying to do what I'm taught, exactly what I'm taught. And then there's a lot of business classes that they teach you in this particular hypnotherapy school. I don't know about other ones, but I learned a lot of different business strategies, how to do business. And I started to think, my dentist actually doesn't even realize that she taught me this, but she was putting a crown on and it wasn't fitting right. And she took it off and she's doing it again. She could fit it again and again. We probably spent an hour. It's like, man, you are right. And she goes, it needs to be perfect. And she's, doing her little thing, trying to make it perfect. She goes, I said, but you're really good at this, being very fine. She goes, when I was in school, I had all the teachers around me teaching me what to do, because at some point they're not going to be there anymore and I'm going to be on my own. And you know what? It's true. And that little tiny lesson, you know what? I have all these instructors and I still have, I can send an email out to whomever, and I typically will get a reply back or some direction to go or whatever, if I have a question about something. But I just used everything I possibly could to learn everything that I could about the business that I wanted to go into. And I benefited greatly from it, because there would be a time when I wouldn't have them to walk in the hallways with and just say, hey, John, what do you think of that? Joe, Cheryl, how about, and Susie, what do you think? Elaine, can I get your opinion on? They're not readily available to me. So I needed to pick their brain while I was in school. So if you're in school, even whether it be hypnotherapy school or dental school or economic school or engineering school, whatever it is, use the instruction that's there for you as much as possible while you're there, because at some point you are going to be on your own, and those people are there. Obviously they're there to do a job, but they're there for your best interest. And if they're worth their weight, they're going to give you their best in between time, etc. I spent almost $10,000 for my education there, and I got 10 times the value. I'm telling you, it was the best year I've ever spent in school. Probably, yeah, in my life. I can say in my life. Sorry, I think there's a allergy thing going on out here. So anyway, so I'm practicing now. I'm in my internship and I'm learning, and I'm just really knocking it out of the park. I love it. It's become such a passion for me that I'm absolutely in business. So the school at the time has a clinic, and they had like 12 different clinic rooms that you could rent out. So I leased, I had a lease with HMI for that very purpose, to just lease out an office if I needed one to see clients. I still have an office availability in West LA, 2 of them right now. If I ever wanted to go to West LA, although that's 3.5 hours south of me, I'd have to have an all-day sessions with clients in order to do that. But I can rent out offices in LA, and then and I think I could, somewhere in the San Fernando Valley, I think I could probably squirrel one away too. So, but I have my own office here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So then I'm like trying to do exactly what they said to do, right? Now there's an actual award that you can earn. And in that award, it's called the Director's Award. And it's a marketing tool. And there's 12 steps, and each step has like 5 or 6 steps in it, So I just did all the steps, got my binder, and everything that I did on this list, I just would put it in the binder or set it in this box until I put it in a binder. Just kind of made it look nice and organized, and presented it to the office when I was ready to show that I had completed the steps of the Director's Award. The Director's Award, I decided that I didn't care if I actually got the award at some point, because there was a lot. It is a lot of work. It's like 72 steps in a 12-step process, right? So I made the decision that it didn't matter. I'm just going to do the steps no matter what, because this is a really good marketing tool to get me started. They've implemented, since I've graduated, you can actually, they have a website builder that you can jumpstart your business with that. And so they give that. They give you so many tools that where I went to school, how to do your business. And it just surprises me sometimes that some students in hypnotherapy or hypnotherapists who've been through the program where I went are still kind of befuddled what to do next, how to do this. It's like, it's there, all the information we needed, it's there, you just apply it. So how did I do that? So I just, like I said, I just started copying what Jake was doing. And I got myself, he had a paper calendar. I got myself a paper calendar. He wore suits. I started wearing suits, even to my appointments. I was just going to dress the part. I was going to feel the part. I was going to be the part within the part. It was just going to happen. So, and then as far as timing, I had to really practice on my time. How long did it take me to explain, the theory of mind? How long does it take me to explain or to my pre-induction speech? How long does a progressive relaxation actually take from start to finish? I mean, I was timing every little thing, and in the workshops, they taught us how to do that, but I wanted to know how long it would take me to do it. What's the expectation? And then how long did it take me? The suggestibility questionnaire should take about 2 minutes, I was told. And that's about how long I spend on it. My progressive relaxations now are longer, but then Jake was only doing 15 to 17-minute hypnosis sessions in the actual hypnosis parts. And I'm doing anywhere from 16 to probably on average 18 minutes. Sometimes they're 20. The last 2 days I've done 20 minutes. I just get to going, and then I have to look down at my timer. Oops, I better slow it down and stop. Otherwise I won't be able to send it freely. So I'm going a mile a minute because, I'm going to get to that in a minute. So let me write that down so I don't forget what I just said. Okay. See, this is live, and this is, that's what happens when you do live. Okay, so I'm in business, I'm practicing, I'm now graduated. I did get hired by the school for a couple of years to work in their distance education program. Phenomenal experience I had there. I loved it. What am I doing it again? But whatever. Anyway, the pandemic hit and it kind of tanked my business among others. Now what? Some people stayed in business. Some people kept seeing clients in person. I did have an office a few months after the pandemic started that I rented for about 6 months. And that was nice because then I could see clients. I was seeing a few of them in that office. We'd mask it up and all that. And so I was still able to do some of that. I started using online more, which I was very intimidated by. But I'm not intimidated by it anymore. Can you tell? So I absolutely don't have a problem with online sessions, although clients might have a problem with the interpersonal. And I do prefer a personal touch and having them come into my office. It does make it nice. If all of my clients were online, I'd be getting rid of my office, but I don't want to get rid of my office. I like my office and I want to see people online and coming in. And besides, I use my office also as a classroom and meeting room center too. So I'm continuing to fast forward because I have a lot to cover in a very short period of time. And if you have questions, all of you out there, if you have a question, you're on YouTube, be sure to just send a text. I put it in the chat box. And if you're on Zoom with me, just raise your hand or spew out and I'll be interrupted. It's okay. So anyway, going on, I also started just little things. I started learning about law of attraction. And one of my favorite books, last law of attraction book you'll ever need to read, by Andrew Capp. It's a phenomenal, fast read. It's on Audible too. Very highly recommended. And then I went and I just happened upon this planner, law of attraction planner. It's one of the best ones I've ever found. Now, Victoria Gallagher, who's also a law of attraction coach, she also has a free planner off of her website you can download. And I think you can buy it now too, but she did it for 2021. But in this planner, it's got all the steps, where you start from you know, and where you're going to end up, etc. It's like a 60-day, 30-day journal, 30 days of journaling, but you can use it on and on and on and on. And what's nice is it's just got pages and pages of affirmations, just questions of empowering your day, how to empower your day. It's also got a little thermometer for your emotional state. You know, where are you on this emotional thermometer? Are you at the top or are you down at the bottom? Where's your facial expression at? What's going on with your life? And then all the affirmations that might apply to you throughout those, you know, they have it all color coordinated. And then the author talks about why they wrote the journal. And then there's a lot of pages here. I like this book just because you've got to start answering questions like goal setting, list your goals. One of the things they taught us at HMI was list some of the things there was Elaine Perlis. She did a class, you had to list 75 different, what was it called, Robert? People that are in your team. They may not actually be in your payroll, but for example, like your hairdresser and your business card maker, or your makeup person, or your computer guy, you know, whatever. And you're kind of goal setting those people ahead of time. And there's also goal setting. What are the goals you want for yourself and for your business? Vision boards work great for this. I'd be hard pressed. Can you find 50 goals that, without order, but can you list actual 50 goals? I stopped at 14. I probably can do up to 20 now since I wrote it, because some of these have already started happening. One of them is teach. I get to teach and I love teaching. This is kind of like what I'm doing today. They also ask you questions about awareness and self-discovery. So a law of attraction. Read it, learn it, and be it. Be the law of attraction. So now I'm tanked. It's 2020, pandemic. I'm living in Tehachapi, which is in the middle of almost nowhere, because I've actually lived in nowhere. So this is almost nowhere, but it's beautiful, beautiful place. So, and now I was driving to and from the San Fernando Valley, back and forth, et cetera, renting hotels, seeing clients, seeing my kids, et cetera. So then it was just time to move. So now it's pushing September of 2020. I met an amazing guy and just kind of hit it off. So I'm going to move back to Acton, California. That worked out for a little tiny while, and then ended up, you know what, this is probably where I'm going to be anyway, so I might as well just move up here. So I just moved up here in November 2020. Now I still have an office in Woodland Hills I'm renting, and it's a beautiful office. And I love it. It just was a 3.5 hour drive. And if I was going to go 3.5 hours for a 1 hour appointment, 3.5 hours back, it just wasn't worth the money I was paying every month for that office. So I ended up getting rid of the office in January 2021. Now I have no office. I have no business license anywhere. I have a couple clients that I'm seeing online, but I'm not doing anything to sustain any revenue. So now it's, you know, January of 2021, February, and I need to either find a job or get back to work. So I started looking for an office, and I found this one. Now, this is kind of like the beginning of the beginning too for me. So what I did was I found this office, and I had to do everything all over again. My address has changed. My business cards have changed. My phone number changed. Everything changed. It's like now I'm in an office where I don't have to, you know, take all of my office files everywhere I go to share another office. Everything's here. And so I'm still organizing one of those offices still. It's a work in progress. And now am I using law of attraction? Well, I'm wanting to attract. I've been here since opened my doors to, you know, for business in March of 2021. And I haven't yet had 20 sessions in 1 week. Not yet. I think the closest I came so far since I've been here, I've had 17 sessions in 1 week. Once. And some of those were pro bono or whatever. But I just do it by session. Okay. So my goal is to have 25 sessions a week. I'd love it. Or 20 sessions a week. And it's just a wonderful opportunity that I can know that it's going to happen. So I wasn't treating this like a business though. So I've got my business cards, I've got my website, I've got, people renting out my other offices for me. I can sublet. I got a great deal on this office. It's like 1,000 square feet. And I'm like, I'm in business and now I got to get business. And so I'm like, now what do I do? So trying to market myself as best I can, but it costs money. Someone approached me. I've mentioned my friend, well, now my friend, but my business associate who works all my marketing for me. It was like the right time. I'm sorry, really hot in here. She showed up and she opened up my Google My Business page. I didn't even know that existed. Wow, now I started getting a little bit of business, a little care, a little connection to my website. And I'm learning that this is something that if it was addressed in the business section at the school I went, I didn't listen, I didn't pay attention. And if it was addressed, it was addressed and I just didn't pay attention. And that's fine, that's my bad. But the goal of your whole marketing, this is the crux of this, is to get people to go to your website. If you get them on your website and you have content on your website, they're more likely going to call you. But you got to get them there. But how do you get them there? Optimize your website. You have to be search engine optimized to get there. I don't understand all the nuances. I don't really care. I now pay somebody to do that, and I love it. Now, I'd love to know how to do it myself so I didn't have to pay them. But you know what? I'm not in the mood to go and learn that kind of technical stuff. I don't care. So I'm happy to just have clients come in and have them fill out the paperwork and then go. Now, paperwork. So I had to do everything all over again. So my address changed. Everything about everything that I did changed. What do I want my business to look like? Now that I don't have to share an office, wow, it could be anything I wanted it to be. The freedom, it didn't hit me right away. I kept feeling like I was having to ask permission. And can I do this or can I, whatever. Is it okay if I see a client on this day or that day? And it was a slow thing, but now I have a regular bunch of clients I see. Some I see periodically, some I see weekly, and new ones are constantly coming in. Now that's the hard part. The marketing, I think, is the hardest part for all of us, is because we have to have a continued influx of new clientele always coming in, because the average person usually will see you for about 3 or 4 sessions, and then that's it. And it's an affordability factor for them. Even if they have the money, they find it's still an affordability factor. So law of attraction, I do little tiny tricks for myself with law of attraction. Okay, so first thing I wanted to get to, I go and I do seminars on a couple of areas that I feel like I have a little more expertise in. I will do a seminar, just a free in-person seminar. I haven't done the online ones except privately for each of my students, but I'm working on that. For some reason, that intimidates me. I don't know why, but it does. In person, I can have 100 people here and it wouldn't bother me. So anyway, so my hope is that I will get to that point. That's a goal, getting myself more online. Like this is fine, but for some reason doing a Zoom seminar scares me. I know it's hard to believe that I would be scared by anything, but it's unnerving. So I don't know. I'm working on it. I have to figure out, because I have to be, I don't know who would join it, and I don't like to be intimidated. So that intimidates me. I know that's hard to believe that I would be intimidated by anybody. So one of the other things I do, so I've got do my seminars. And I started just recently this month, I started a women's divorce group, support group. And it's getting some popularity. Just at least people are noticing and they're joining my meetup. It's a meetup, it's an app. It's called Meetup. And I've got several members in that Meetup app. And now they're supposed to be here tonight. So I hope so. I hope they come. I hope, if it's just one person, that's great. We'll have a meeting for one person and I'll hear their story and whatever I can share. And it's just by donation. That's all I'm asking. A little box, put $1 in or whatever. I supply water and light snacks tonight I think it's pizza. So anyway, so I'm doing that. I'm getting myself out there. I belong to the Chamber of Commerce here for the Hispanic in Tulare Kings County. I am their ambassador chair. So now I've been there for not even a year, and I've taken a position in there so people know who I am. That was one of the biggest problems I had coming to Visalia, which is where my office is, my practice is nobody knows who I am. Who's ILAH and what's hypnotherapy? And is hypnotherapy, is Visalia even, this is farm country, right? We've got the nation's largest supplier of almonds and walnuts. So that's what happens here, among other, vegetation, etc. So anyway, I'm doing my best. So one of the things that I kind of realized it a few months ago, I thought this is kind of cool and it's working. So I have these, my client folders, they all kind of look like this. I went to these dark brown ones because they were cheaper. Oh yeah, find the bargain wherever you can find the bargain, right? So I went to these, they're more recycled paper instead of those blonde looking ones. I went to these, and I will make up 10 client folders. So in it, I'll put, the accounting sheet. I'll put the questionnaire in here, and then I'll put I'll put just some information that I think they may be interested later on when I get a little more organized in their folder, whether I use them or not. Every client folder will have a blank referral form for medical and mental health for those clients, so I can just immediately hand it to them if I didn't know I needed it. Prior to their first session, I have it and I'm ready to go. I'll make 10 of these at a time. So I can keep track of, wow, I'm making 10 already. I'm making 10. I just made 10 about a week and a half ago and I'm out. So now I have to make 10 more. So that means in the last week and a half, I've had 10 new clients. Like, wow, I didn't even see it like that. It's like, that's so cool. So it's like that Kenny Rogers movie, don't count them before you walk away. And so I count before they get there, right? So then I also have all of my, I'm at this desk here, and this is where my clients sit when they first come in. In the drawer of this desk, I have my disclosure forms. They're all here. And I think I have, what is that, 35 of them? I numbered them actually because I wanted to see. There was like 32 or 35 of them. And I coordinate. So I'm on number 11 here. Okay. And I had 10 before, and now I need to make 10 more. So the next 10 of these will go with those, right? So so when a client comes in, I just grab, I just grab a set of forms and I set it on the desk with my business card, and they come in, they fill it out. And I thought, well, and that, I don't know, it's like a little game for me. It's how I can keep it interesting for myself. In my weight reduction program, I also, I give them stuff, tape measure, folder, whatever it was we were taught. We are in the pandemic post. So I also have, one of these, touchless thermometer thingies or whatever. Oh, I think I'm dead. It says I was 86. Okay, I'm only 97. I carry masks here, etc. But those don't seem to disappear. What's disappearing into my client file is every 10, I just make 10 more, and then I make 10 more, and then I make 10 more. And I love it that they keep just going and going and going. That's letting me know that progress is being made. I'm just like, okay, I'm meeting goals. This is so cool. I use law of attraction, and this to me is a part of law of attraction. I'm manifesting this. I'm putting it out there. This is ready to go. If a month goes by and I still have 10, I'm not doing something right. One of the other things about business for me, and this could be any business, and you can apply any of this to almost any business, is damn it, I don't remember what I was going to say. Apply to any business is law of attraction. No, my gosh, that's what I get for cutting myself off. I had an important moment to say, and I can't remember what it was. Okay, well, anyway, that was not, planned. So Get your law of attraction things together. Keep yourself a calendar, very detailed calendar, and make sure you write everything in that one calendar, master calendar. Don't leave anything to memory. These are just little tidbits that have gotten me in trouble if I didn't do them. Have something for the client when they come in, even the very first day. Something. You can give them the happy wheel thing that they color in. Just try to let them leave with something that, you know, and then when you come back, and one of the things I did at the beginning, and I'm not doing it now, partly it's, I just got to get to the store and do it, is journals. I used to hand out little journals to my clients constantly, just these little ones that I just wanted them to learn about gratitude. You know, the more gratitude we can teach our clients, the better, especially those that aren't in gratitude. So there's a program that I was taught and that I teach. It's called Mental Bank. And a lot of it has to do with law of attraction and gratitude. At the end of the day, instead of writing or thinking or watching a horror movie or whatever, just put down something good that happened today. And you had a crappy day, okay, just put a smiley face, but something, put something good, something that is positive for you that will help you sleep on. That's what you get to sleep on for that night. And I've covered an enormous amount of material really, really fast. And if you give me a quick minute, I'm going to go grab a list that I can share real quick. It is my marketing. I'm going to go over real quick. I'm just going to share a page, what I do for marketing, or what I have done in marketing. Let me just go to this page. I'm going to share my screen. Uh-oh, where did my screen go? Whoops. Oh, share. So I'm going to share my screen, and there it is. Okay. So I'm going to just share this real quick. And some people may have already seen this, and some of this I don't do anymore. Some of this I do. I used to have a digital billboard, a digital billboard. Obviously, Google My Business is a wonderful tool. I do have magnets on my car, real inexpensive with Vistaprint, but the magnets, they didn't attract any clientele. So I need to, you know, do something more with my magnet, make them more stand out. Doing the expos, I'll be doing a mini expo at the end of July, being a part of that. Sometimes the booths are about $100. I wouldn't spend more than that for myself. Teaching the free seminars. I want people to know who I am. About 12–15% of my business now is coming from referrals. Awesome. 85% is coming from 80% from Google, my Google page, my Google ads. I'm doing Google ads now. Facebook promos, I'm not doing those as much. They weren't yielding me. I did them for like 5 months. They were yielding me exposure, but they weren't getting me clients. Alignable is a great way. I've gotten clients and connections through Alignable. So highly recommend that. Highly recommend talking to On Horizon Communications. That's my gal that helps me. I did for $375. I got a 2-inch by 2-inch ad for 2 years. Don't do it on a golf course map, which it's like in hindsight, I wish I hadn't done it, but it's there. My name, my number, my company is all there. And I put in there about sports performance, etc. Not one phone call. And apparently 40,000 people off that course. So, and it's an exclusive private course, and yet not one call in a year. So it was a wasted $375. Websites can be a part. You can, let's see, any website that I can sign up for and be a part of for free, I'm going to. So Therapy Tribe is who I do my website through, and they use a WordPress format. They are $30 a month. They give you a free trial. So I'm listed on their therapy list, and I've gotten, even this week, 2 people who reached me through my website. Also have Manta.com, $99 a month. Do that for a few months, and they will sign you up all the free websites for you so you don't have to do it. So I did that for 3 months. There were like 70 different websites that, you know, the yellow pages and stuff like that, that they signed me up on. And then it's an investment. They don't take it down once you're signed up. I also do bark.com. And it's a referral company. You can use it for anything, not just hypnotherapy, but there's so many different areas. If you're looking for a service, you can go to bark.com and they're your one-stop shop for that. Again, LinkedIn is okay for connection, like business networks, but Alignable actually got me some decent exposure locally. You know, word of mouth, meeting people at the fast food windows. You know, I give out little premiums. I got chapsticks with my label on it. I've got affirmation cards with my label on it. I've got little emoji keychains with my business card attached. Something that they, oh, this is cool. They'll remember me. I haven't gotten a client from that yet, but it's out there and I'm showing the universe. I'm just being open and ready, and it's showing that I want business, and I may not get business from there, but universe is sending me business from elsewhere, and I'll take it. I'm not going to get upset or freaked out because nobody from that fast food chain ever gave me a call. Okay, but you know what? I got 5 calls from somebody else. Well, maybe that's just how it came through. Okay, who am I to judge how it's supposed to come through? It's none of my business how it happens. Remember, that's part of the law of attraction. Of course, my Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic Chamber that I'm a part of, it's $150 a year, and advertising is free with them, and they do a really good job. I'm also part of Hypnotic World. It's $150 a year, again, unlimited access, 10 downloads a day for hypnotherapists. AHA hypnotherapist list on their website. I've never gotten a client from the AHA, the HMI hypnotherapist or AHA website list of hypnotherapists, but I am listed there. I'll always be listed there. You never know. It's just, that's putting it out to the universe, how we are. Most things, I do this. I don't know how many people, maybe a dozen people by the end of the week will have seen this. Okay, that's great. A dozen people saw it. Maybe the same dozen people, maybe the one person, who knows? But I've got a collection of these now. And at some point they will go up on my website. As soon as I find somebody that I can afford to just download them all onto my website, onto one particular page, and then I can just SEO shit out of them, if you will, and just really get that thing going. Guest speakers sometimes appear on my show. I've had Santa Claus on my show. Facebook Live can do those. I haven't done much of those. I don't know. I'm like shy about that. I don't know why, but I'm pretty shy about that. Video ads. Ads are great, and trying to that's my next step. And that's one of the things, the last thing I wanted to address real quick before I close this out. Ads. I'm going to see what time it was. Ads. I am going to be doing, and that's what I'm saving up for. I'm saving, it's a lot of money to do a commercial. Even if you're putting the commercial on your own website, to hire the studio and make it professional, it has to be professional. And it's not just, taking your own little, your phone camera and making yourself a video, which is fine. But I want to go to the studio out here. There's a beautiful studio out in Fresno, and it's going to cost me a few grand to get, my 1 minute or 2 minute spot, and it'll probably be half a day there. The makeup and the costumes and the set changes and the whatever. I don't know. I have no idea what the deal is. I just know that now it's striving for that. I want to strive to get that. Once I get a professional video done on my website, I know it will help because I can put that video anywhere. A colleague of mine, recent graduate from hypnotherapy school, just posted, it was today or yesterday, his little animated video. I thought it was really well done. He did a good job. It's helpful. It gives people, something to interact with, something to talk about. That's why I like to do the Zooms live every week. I love the interaction. So more and more people should jump on to the Zoom. You don't have to show your face. There's no requirement, but you can ask questions or whatever. I love questions. Anyway, that's it for today. I wanted to share, I just sing here to stay up, and first of all, why mindfulness? Why mindfulness? So you can teach others with more confidence, add more variety to your mindfulness just by being mindfulness, mindful. Being mindful, I think it's another word also for law of attraction, just being another word for law of attraction. So there are some things that I just can't say online, not because it's inappropriate, but it's inappropriate for me, okay? That's just not how I roll. Getting yourself stuff that will help you grow your business. I bought some adult coloring books and I've got the pens. So sometimes people come here and they've got, friends or family waiting in the lobby area, and it's comfortable. I've got this big old TV behind me, and so I've got they can sit and they can color an adult page or a bookmark or something for them to do. I've got stuff that they can read or whatever sitting here. So that makes it nice, at least if they're going to sit here for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, it can make us give them something to do. And then they can, they won't, it's one of those, don't brag about it. And I used to have a couch out here. I may put it back. There one time we came out, Klein and I came out, and her ride was sound asleep on my couch, which was great because he felt comfortable enough to do that. I'm like, and I want people to feel comfortable here. So that's it. So listen, folks, thank you for watching. I will be back again next Thursday, live at 5. All what is in the realm of easy achievement has no impact for the change that lasts. Remember that. And I look forward, I'm just looking to see if there's any tidbits of information that I can definitely put upon you one more time before we go. Here's a funny for everybody, and then I'll say goodnight. I'm one step away from being rich. All I need is money. I don't think God would ever trust me to be rich at this point, although I would like to try and prove him wrong that, I could do it. I could handle it, bring it on. Whatever. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'll be back next week with another exciting episode. Yes, sir. Did you have a question? Oh, thank you. Take care, Robert. And, now that you've learned something, go help somebody. I have a divorce group coming in tonight. So I just did it on Meetup, and it's going to work. People are going to show up, and I'm going to have fun and might have clients. So who knows? It's just another way to get more people to use hypnotherapy to help them. Anyway, take care.